Theory of diabetic quantic health. How does diabetes form? Diabetes is a field of invisible mobile forces that influence the physical and genetic world. This theory is explained. In our times, we should be prepared to receive the information that modern science is manifesting. Diabetes is a field of invisible mobile forces in a field of magnetic possibilities that exist as information in an imperceptible time, as energy in particles that already exist, and that double time that reach the brain as slings of energy. The brain receives external signals of energy sling as perceptions through sensory neuroreceptors that to the stimulus are translated into thoughts, feelings, and emotions to the whole organism, influencing the immune system to create neural networks. The brain receives external signals of energy sling as perceptions through sensory neuroreceptors that to the stimulus are translated into thoughts, feelings, and emotions to the whole organism, influencing the immune system to create neural networks. The body with its 50 trillion cells are affected by environmental signals interrelated by esters, chronic fatigue, poor self-esteem, depression, and poor diet. They contribute to the formation of xanthorrhinic acid, free radicals, which interrelate with damage to the immune system to endocrine damage to the pancreas. The way of thinking and feeling the experiences of life creates behaviors, habits, and 6 states of sufferings and pain that lengthen the sufferings of the life of the patient, that has to see the world of external and internal relation of the patient living a state of psychological conflicts that do not allow them to live their present or their future. Our senses are receptors of the body, the first to change the chemistry of emergent slings by particles of matter that modifies DNA genetics by interfering the behavior of harmful proteins in diabetes. The cell membrane is a potential ion exchange protein and activates the energy channels that are closed by diabetes, allowing the activator and effector of protein behavior. DNA nucleotides produce protein motions that encode the ribosome chain links by producing methylation to change disease behavior by doubling RNA so that proteins receive new proteins that are reflected in vitality initiating diabetic reversal. DNA is not activated by signals from the environment. It can produce millions of proteins containing more than 40 billion bits per second to produce the proteins that form it. 5% of the genetic inheritance is given by the feeding of the ancient generations. Diabetic energy signals are impermanent and non-existent slings produced by quantum information fueled by toxic chemical particles of sensory perceptions of past habit experiences. The source of energy that feeds diabetes is given by patterns of information that change to energy, and this to perceptions of protein beliefs that depends on the behavior of harmful proteins. The doctor is able to change the behavior of harmful habits by simply changing the way of thinking of his patient by repeating for 22 days an idea that eliminates his past. The proteins inside the cell move and change color or behavior in the microtubes, which creates new energy and vitality by reversing diabetes. The perception of behaviors at each nucleotide is what turns external signals into new proteins by changing the way each cell thinks. Diabetic reversal is initiated from the left frontal area, creating neural networks by conditioned programs that activate old genetic energy channels that are inactive. Changing a behavior from a habit that became a destiny is synonymous with diabetes. The power of affirmations modifies the neural networks by means of the energy that is formed by thoughts, emotions, and experiences.
Heiner Life, empresa de resultados científicos basada en la evidencia clínica.